Hello again, this is Coding Academy. You are welcome again. This is the simplest website that we are going to make. It's a portfolio website that is composed by two parts, the one that is visible and another one that requires you to toggle within the links that is at the top of the bigger part. So the only way that we'll be building this portfolio website, let's use Paint. Let's do this. By opening the Paint, show you how we'll build it. We'll allow the simple box at the top that contains the two links, and the first part of the portfolio website will be this, and by this side there will be the picture. Here will be the content, yes, composed of the lines of the paragraph and the simple heading. Let's increase this like this, and after that Control Z, let's use different color, say like this, and then we create the email on this side box, email box, that is having another button for submission on this side. So this will be we will be using the techniques of only grid. It is one of the simplest things that is out there and very crucial and important. We will be changing colors, but I will not base on this color that I'm going to put here. We will even come here inside, and again by that side we put another background color, no, like this, and by another side of be putting, either we can change background color or not. And then we will use the trick of backdrop filter, which is morphism for just glass morphism. It is one of the best techniques that is used nowadays, but you see them using the AI website, and I'll be showing you each and everything step by step. So let us quickly dive in our VS Code Studio and continue to code. So come here, and by exclamation mark you get this Emmet abbreviation. Hope you've installed there the live server, and if you don't have it, you come here and search for it. You search for live server, you see, because without live server there is nothing will be displayed on your browser. So by Control Alt P or right click, and then you will see live server. By this, come and see by open with live server or Control Alt P, then you get this good looking website with no content. So with inside we will create the header like this. You can see the header, and inside the header you can put there, for example, let's use an ordered list, and let's say one part by list one. Let's say one part like this, and say that another part, which is link, we'll be putting the link there, one part, other part, for example, like this, and inside and below the header we put there the main, and inside the main is where we are going to build the crucial part of the website. So we will start by the section, you can see, and give it a class, for example, main / container, like this, with a class. Sorry, I forgot to do something. So class like this, Control V, and then save. But you can see nothing is happening there. We are just seeing the content that is in the header. So by section we will put there lefty dot lefty container like this, and we'll put their image. Let's say the image will come from these images, images and take this fashion man with an art of fashionist like this, and then we save. By the right part will be putting there the div, also having the class saying that this is the writing part like this, and inside it we put there a header dot title. Let's do it like this, and after that we will put there, for example, the fashion star like this, and below it to put there the paragraph of description, class, content, for example, information, and by content information we will put there, for example, the text of, for example, more words you can put there, 32, but we just click like this so to get the maximum number of the words that we want. This lorem is just built-in software in the VS Code Studio that generates the random word to be used while you wanted to see whether your website is working very well. So if you don't know how to use it, you can write lorem 12, and by lorem 12 like this, when you click you see the word comes, and if you want many you can write lorem and you put there the number of the words that you want. So I just want that numbers, and Control S to save. You can see we have man that is here and the text, and then below that text we are going to put there dot container submit, that this will hold the input for the email or other thing that is needed. And after that you can see we have a simple label for input, for example email, and by that label we will put there the simple text paragraph saying put here email, and we build an input like this, which is the email, and they put there that is required, yes, and below this label put there the button, and you put there submit like this, or subscribe, whatever you want, and you put there the class, no, you put the type there, button like this, and you can give it the class, for example, submit like this, Control S, then Control Alt P. Now you can see something I've changed with this button. Now we are going to style this simple part of this portfolio website. So the next thing that you are going to do, you will come by this main container, Control C, where you have already link that style document.css like this, Control S to save, and then if you want something like body body to have margin of 0 pixels, and the padding, let's just skip from padding and give box sizing, border box, and again, for example, font family, we want Poppins, sans serif, like that. Control S to save, and you can see something I've not yet changed. What is the program? Document CSS. Let's set background color and see antique like this, and you can see something I've changed there, but that font family is now working. No, I have forgot something here. Yes, and now it is working. Hope you can see it is working. So with this, you can separate grid, delete, and you set grid template columns to, for example, repeat, fit, auto fit like this, and you set min max by, for example, 12M by 100, or 1FR, like this, 1FR. Let's see whether there is something that changed, but we can first do something on the image like this. Width must be 100%, and be the supplied block objective fit. You must allow it to cover its space. Let's see whether there is something that changed. Now you can see repeat auto fit min. Let's see whether it was that mistake that was losing. Now repeat, for example, let's just for this time use this simple trick of repeat 2 by 1FR, and when you go to the, you see something have changed. Now you can see it is now working very well compared to the past. Then you allow this many container to have max height of, for example, 100 or 90. Let's say 90 or 80. Device height like that. And now let's set its background color to see what is happening there. Let's see aqua. Now you can see our image is on outside. This is a very big image. So objective fit cover. What if we just say this background position? We set its background position to be centered like that. Yes, and now you can see we have already made something about our image. So now you see how our cool website is now working very well. But there is a little code of line that I used to work with. It saved me more times while I was building these simple websites. So can come here and say Control V so that we care about like this. Now what is the mistake that is happening there? Semicolon. Now let's get rid of this, and now you can see still it is working very well, and this quickly creates the responsiveness of this website. So if you want to see how it is working very well, you can see it is working very well on every simple material of technology that is there. And now another thing that we must care about, I was to put there behind the body in the main, and I give it background image with view like this, and take the image. Let's take this side the details a P, and when you see its background, let's remove this background color here and this background color here. Control S to save. You can see now how our image is visible. Let's now give the background position. On the position, it must be center, and the background size to cover. And when you finish that, you can see now our fashion man is looking very well with that car behind him. And now another thing that you can do is, as you have already said this, we are going to put something that is very crucial and very important with this one part and another part. We will take that header and we allow it to display flags, justify content, center, and align items center like this. And when you finally did this, you can see something have happened. And when you come to your sprite flex also, you can see, and you give it gap of 10 pixels, for example, between do and list style to none. You can see now how it is working very well. So inside the header you can put there the padding of 10 pixels. Control S to save, and now you can see how it is working very well. So if you want it to be positioned fixed, position our header to be positioned fixed, because to be fixed now only, you can see position fixed, and z index to give it 10, for example, and you give it background color, for example, white like that. You can see now something have happened. Instead of being in the middle, now it is being below. And let's say whether we can align itself, align self. You can see. And now another thing that we can do there, we can give it border radius of 10 pixel like this. And now you can see how it is working very well when it is positioned fixed on that upper part. You can see. Now other thing that I can do is with the header, background position, and the border radius padding, that is 10 pixel, justify content center, and you can give here another list style none, justify content center, and align its items to be align items to be center. And now you can see what happened. Now it is working very well. And another thing that is there for the radius padding, that is 10. Let's remove this padding to see what happens there. Now something that is somehow weird, and when you put this header inside the center element, you can see now it is still positioned fixed, but when you move this position fixed, Ctrl S to save, you can see now it is still at the top and have no other problem with this. So if you want to take it on this position like I was dealing with it, you can do it. There is no big problem with it. So now let us go on dealing with this website and see how it will be working like. We will come on this other part, which is the light part dot c. You can see, and give it background color. For example, let us give it black, and we give the color white. You can see now it is all way too big to match the height of this picture, but you can align self, and you give it flex start to see what happens. And now you can see the content is on its own box, and then you can put there the padding of, for example, 20 pixels. You can see, and now margin outside, it may be 10 pixels like this. And when you set it to have a small, for example, you want border radius to be 10 pixels like this, you can see. And now I want to give it a drop filter, backdrop filter, bro, like 12 pixels, Like that, you can see nothing happening, but when you reduce the opacity of this two here, you can now what is happening. It is working very well. So the other thing that I'm going to deal with is I'm going to work with the header and give it background color. For example, let's give it somehow or rate it the way it is, but let us give it a linear gradient background with a linear gradient of to top. Let's remove this center element because it is useless now. Control S to top left by, for example, 60 degrees. I want there to be gray and gray like this. Let's see the magic whether happened. Nothing still happening there. Background. Let's remove this thing to see what is happening there, and Control S to save. You can see something have happened, and now you can give it the margin of 10 pixels like this. Control S to save, and you can see how our beautiful looking website is working like. And by inspection, it is still flowing the responsiveness without the mistake. You can see with higher sizes and with the lower sizes, you can see something is happening slowly by slow. Now you have seen this. I'm going to style this little button and say I want this button to have the background color of blue, like this kind of blue, which is somewhat whitish. Yes, and set color to white. You can see with the border none. Yes, and you give it the padding of .3 m.6 m like this. Now you can see how it is looking like. Let us just give it, for example, 60 to 160 to 1.2 to like that, and you can see then inside there you can give it border radius of 5 pixels like this, and you can see something have changed. And if you want to give it a shadow box shadow, you may give it a box shadow and say I want the box shadow to be, for example, 2 pixels, pixel 4 pixel blue again. Control S to save. And you can see the box shadow is there that corresponds with the color of this car. and then I'm going to give this a beautiful background to this image, and then it will be looking like an AI like website. So let's give this fashion man a background color. Background color to be, for example, let's give it white smoke like that. They give it white smoke, you can see something have happened. And let's give it the border of 1 pixel, solid gray like that. You can see, then you can give it a simple padding of 10 pixels like that, you can see. And now the image, let's say backdrop filter. Where is the filter? To blur it by 12 pixels like this. And when you come here to this background color and reduce how to choose like, and you can see the image is visible on one part, and I want this container, which is main container. Well, is the main container to give us the padding also, padding of 10 pixels, Control S, and you can see something have happened. And now other thing that we can do is giving it border radius. For example, we want to left to have, for example, 20 pixel, 0 pixel, 20 pixel, and 0 pixel. Let's see what is happening there. Border radius, maybe it is applied at the bottom. Let's put here 30, for example, and here 30 like that. What is happening now? I'm putting it weight in control. The main container cannot have that thing. I want left container. Yes, this is the left container, and now you can see what happened. And I want this part to have 0 and this to have 0 like that. Let's increase that to 60 like 60, and now here 60. Yes, and dot inner dot left part container with the inner image must have the border radius of inheritance from its parent. Why it is not working? Don't know. This image is somehow class 1. Let's give it class 1 and dot 1. You can see it has give it a simple border radius that is like this. Control S to save. Let's see whether they are now okay. You can see now it is working very well. Yes, our fashion style is working very well with this simple website. So now the main container, we must go inside the body and give it padding of, for example, 20 pixels. When we save, we will see something like this. Yes, it's working very well. And now you can see when we set also border radius to the main part of the sectional container, and we want say border radius to 10 pixel, you see that our website is now looking very cool. Now I want the main part. Yes, Control V. Yes, now you can see something magic have happened. And now congratulations, if you reach to this level, you have done AI like portfolio website. And when you inspect, it is still responsive on every material. It works together so that you see it with no other problem that it have. And when you do with responsiveness, you see our fashion store, how it is working like. This is the simple portfolio website. And if I wanted to change the color of that main, you see the header, and I want that URL and ordered list to be, if I want to change this color to red, but it is not working very well. If you put there red, you will kill you have already have a misunderstanding of the color, how they work. And now what I want is to duplicate this and replace it with different image. So what shall I do? I will come here inside this HTML and shift D to see what will happen. Let's see whether we can duplicate it. Copy, and when you do it, let's see, we can paste. Let's paste it again. You can see now there are two, and inside this one part, I put there a link which is document dot copy HTML like this. No, document dot HTML, and I will then paste here again this, and by this second part I put there another ink for the document, which is the copy, and this is the other part. You can see now we have a link there. This is the first part, this is the second part. The second part is this is the first. Let's do it again. Now what is happening? It's not clickable. No, here it's not even been introduced. So I will come here and copy this, Control C, and by here I will come and paste, Control V, paste there, Control S. When you do something, you see there is something that is happening. Now we are going only to change the images. So if you want to change the image, we come here and put here, for example, I want this Timberland image, golden timberland, like that. And you can see this is the second part. It is also working very well. One part, this at the other part is this, and we are going to get the lead of that links there, and we want a decoration, text decoration none. And when you have already done that, you see there is nothing that is happening there, the first part. So thank you, congratulations, you have built the first AI like portfolio website. And if it's the first time that you reach on this channel, get lead of knowing what is happening. I will help you to know each and every course that I'll be dropping. You will see it is very simple, it's very clear, and it is very understandable, and I will upload each and every session on my Google Drive. If you want it, you will download it and use it again. So you can see when you inspect, it is working very well. There is no other big problem. So thank you.